For me, reels are actually a part of the sales process. I've had reels that have directly sold my offers because my call to action at the end of my caption was to go and click on the link in my bio and join my offer. And I've also had people DM me after they've bought a couple of my offers. And so I will have to disagree with you on going without reels. I personally cannot go without reels on Instagram, especially the direct account.
I'm just saying that if I had to choose between DMs or reels,
okay,
let's put it like this. I've lived in an Instagram world without reels before,
yes,
because DMs came out first.
Yes,
I don't know what that world would look like without DMs, and I'm a little bit nervous. If you know what, honestly, it'll look like TikTok. TikTok is,
yeah.
I mean, they have a DM, but is it really? Today we are joined by the amazing Social Shirley, who's going to be talking to us about do's and don'ts of how to monetize one's Instagram account and content.
There is so much information out there, and I do understand that as a business owner, you just want the best for your business and for your life. And when there's so much to consume and so many sources, I don't blame people for getting confused. But I'm so happy that we're here to bust some myths and to educate people about what they should and shouldn't be doing.
Absolutely. I want to do this in a little fun way with Shirley. So what we're going to do is Shirley's going to give you guys 3 do's and I'm going to give you guys 3 don'ts, but we're going to alternate back and forth. Go ahead and lead off with your first do.
Okay, sure. If you want to monetize your Instagram content as a business owner, you must have a niche, you must stick to your niche, and you must understand your niche audience so deeply. And so my first point of do, have a niche and stick to it. And the reason for this is that every time you put out content, you are basically saying, you're reminding people and you're saying, hey, I'm here, I'm back, I'm back on your feed. This is what I'm here to do. This is how I'm going to help you. And if you start to stray away from that niche, people get confused. Confused people not only tend to unfollow, but confused people do not buy. And that's why it is essential to have a super clear niche, know who it is you're serving, what problem you're solving, or what desired outcome you are helping people achieve, and understand their pain points and struggles and desires so well, understand their language so well, that it becomes so easy to put out content that converts just like this, because it's so clear who you help and how you can help them. So that's my first do, and it is the #1 advice I can give anyone who wants to monetize their content for their business.
Now that is a great start to our conversation with do's and don'ts, and I want to get into my very first don't, which is don't ignore Instagram e-commerce features. And there are so many of them. IG Live badges, product tagging, and IG shops. There are many ways that you can start monetizing your content right now. Make sure you're taking all of the opportunities that are available to you so that you can actually start monetizing.
Love it. I think people miss these things, and unless Instagram kind of comes out and says, hey, there's something else that you can use to monetize your content, I think it's so important for people to know, across the board what they should be using. So #2 on my list is have a personal brand and know your secret sauce.
Ooh,
and let me bring
bring
that full circle for you so that we understand exactly how that's going to help us monetize our content. The people in your industry who have the same niche and who are already doing this, you need to be able to set yourself apart from those people in order to monetize your content. Because if everyone in your industry is saying the exact same thing, what sets you apart and why should people buy from you? It's going to be your secret sauce. So that's why my #2 is to understand who you are as a brand and know your secret sauce so well, and hammer that message home that, hey, I'm different and this is what makes me different in every single piece of content.
I love that one because not a lot of people consider it because they are so focused on everybody else just by natural comparison that they end up trying to mimic and duplicate what they do. But you're talking about like a unique factor that only you have, that
Yeah.
secret sauce that you're talking about. And it's something that we need to, not be ashamed of, but actually flaunt if we have it, because it's something that's unique to us and it's something that makes us different from everybody else.
Yes.
You
And
want to stand out on Instagram. It's so hard to do.
Yeah. And I believe every single person has their secret sauce. They may not know what it is. And you know what? Whether you like it or not, you have a personal brand, because your personal brand is how you are experienced by your viewers and by your audience. So whether you like it or not, you've already got one, but it's up to you to define it and to understand what makes you different so that you can show off that secret sauce. So, people get the right understanding of your brand and are attracted to that.
I'm going to lead off now with my number 2 of don'ts. Do not underestimate the power of DMs. When you get to talk to somebody one-on-one, it opens a whole new world for people to start questioning, learning about the other person on the other side of the phone, and so much more. There's an opportunity for you to really get personal, start nurturing the relationship of everybody that you come in contact to. Now, it's one-on-one. We do now have that new feature, broadcast channels. It is probably my favorite feature Instagram released in like a year. It is a really great feature. I've been enjoying it, but that's also in the DMs. That's just a part of the DMs. And the DMs is just such a natural conversational place to actually start having one-on-one communication with many different people.
Yeah.
It opens up so many opportunities because so many people forget.
Yeah.
You don't make sales with Reels. I look at Reels as commercials. Commercials don't really sell. They build the interest in what you're selling.
Yes.
But you close the deal in the DMs. That's where it goes down.
Links in the DMs.
Or in the links in the DMs. Exactly. So I think a lot of people have to remember that. I know Reels are great. They look awesome. They're the sexy thing on Instagram. The DMs, I could go without Reels. I need my DMs. How do you feel about the DMs?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think you may have crossed the line there. Look, I really believe that Reels are part of the bigger picture, but they are such an essential part, in my opinion. For me, Reels are actually a part of the sales process. I've had Reels that have directly sold my offers because my call to action at the end of my caption was to go and click on the link in my bio and join my offer. And that might have been the first, reel or piece of content that anyone's come across, and they're still able to join my offer because I've been able to build trust with them in the reel. And I've also had people DM me after they've bought a couple of my offers. And so for me, DMs are a great tool to use, and they are so important, and we definitely should not underestimate the power of that one-on-one or one-to-many for broadcast channels conversation, because it's much deeper, it's much more personal. People feel connected to you on a whole different level. But I will have to disagree with you on going without Reels. I personally cannot go without Reels on Instagram, especially the direct account ones.
I post more Reels than any other content format. I love Reels. I'm just saying that if I had to choose between DMs or Reels, let's put it like this. I've lived in an Instagram world without Reels before because DMs came out first. I don't know what that world would look like without DMs, and I'm a little bit nervous. If you know what, honestly, it'll look like TikTok. TikTok is, I mean, they have a DM, but is it really? And we know TikTok isn't the best for nurturing. So that's what I might see it as. But I agree. Reels are very important.
Let's do this. My next one is do sell often in your stories. So here's the thing, right? If you walk past a shop and the shelves are empty, you're going to assume that that shop is either closing down or they're just not selling that day, right? So you're going to completely dismiss that storefront. When you don't sell often, when you don't, and I'm not talking about, hey, here's my offer, buy it, right? This is all part of the bigger picture. You've done the work on your feed. You've posted those posts that are nurturing and converting. And then when people warm up to you as a brand, the algorithm actually picks up their engagement with your posts and says, hey, this person actually likes this brand. I'm going to put their story bubble up further at the beginning of their feed when they open up their Instagram. And so you get more people who are already warmed up. They are so hot to your sale that you just post the offer in a certain way, right? There's a whole story strategy that you need to be using to sell your offers, but you post your offer on your stories and you watch the transformation that your business can have because you are selling often, and dare I say, every day. And you can use this, you know, with behind the scenes. If you've already got an offer running and you're doing something with that offer, hop onto your stories and say, hey, this is what I just did. This is the client conversation I just had, and warm people up even further. And then you use stories to sell using the links. And when they respond to your stories, that's also where the magic happens in the DMs. And so it's so important to sell, have a sell strategy, and sell often.
Yes, I love it. Sell strategy to sell often. Some people feel like they sell too much. Let's put it like this. If every post of yours is selling, that might be a little bit too much.
You might,
and then there are those...
this is why I say you're safer in your stories to sell as often as you want. In your feed posts, I always recommend that, you know, 20% maximum is selling on your feed, because you have to realize that for a lot of people, this might be the very first or second or third post they see of yours. And if they're not ready to buy and you're bombarding them, they're not ready. They're gonna get frustrated with your content. Whereas on your stories, it's almost like people are expecting it because they're actually waiting and ready to buy. And let's not forget, at the end of the day, we are running businesses, right? And so don't ever be afraid of being too salesy or selling too much, especially in your stories.
You're right. And if you don't sell, you don't exist as a business. Great point. And now I'm going to leave you guys with a don't. It might be a simple one. Do not wait until you have 10K followers. I don't know why people believe 10K, after you hit 10K, the road will be open up to them. There'll be golden bricks, and all of a sudden you'll get all of these followers and clients and leads. It doesn't exist.
I'll tell you
10K
what happens. I'll tell you what happens when you hit 10K. Nothing. Nothing.
It is a nice milestone to have. I give you that. It is a nice milestone to say, okay, now you technically hit 5 figures. Nothing happens, as Shirley just stated.
Wouldn't you want to hit 5 figures monthly in your business? Isn't that so much better?
Exactly. That's exactly the point. I think people are focused on the wrong number. You don't want it in the vanity metric. You want the number in your bank account. Your business should be making that as an income. There are people that have under 10,000 followers that are making probably $10,000, $20,000.
100%
Their followers,
more.
Yeah.
I know $1 million brands, personal brands that have under 10K followers.
So please, let's give up that whole myth that after 10K, your business is going to be soaring. That doesn't exist. You need to be working just as hard before the 10K as you are working after. With that being said, we've had 3 great do's and 3 great don'ts of how to monetize your Instagram content and the account as a whole. Some of these tips you can start doing right now. You don't even have to wait. You can actually just get started doing it right now. Take advantage of the benefits that exist out there on Instagram. And like I always like to say, step your gram up.